Are you worried about how the India-Canada tension might impact your immigration process? Well, you're not alone. It's a hot topic these days, and it's stirring up a lot of questions, particularly for those who are in the process of immigrating or considering it. Let's take a moment to set the stage. The tension between India and Canada, two nations with a long history of mutual respect and cooperation, has recently escalated. This has left many wondering how it might influence the immigration landscape. Remember, immigration is not just a process, it's a journey, one that can be influenced by a variety of factors, including international relations. That's why it's essential to stay informed and prepared for any potential changes that could affect your journey. So if you're sitting there asking yourself, will this tension impact my immigration process? Well, you're in the right place. Together, we'll explore this issue, shedding light on the situation and providing some insight into what it could mean for you. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this complex issue. First, we need to understand what's causing the tension between India and Canada. So let's dive right in. Tensions between countries are not uncommon, and they can arise due to a variety of reasons. In the case of India and Canada, the friction comes from a mix of political disagreements, trade disputes, and cultural clashes. Let's start with political disagreements. These can spring up from differing ideologies or conflicting national interests. For example, imagine two friends who share a love for movies, but have different opinions on the best genre. They might have a heated debate, but that doesn't mean they stop being friends. Similarly, India and Canada, like other countries, have their own national interests to safeguard, which sometimes leads to disagreements. Next, let's talk about trade disputes. Imagine you're at a market and you're negotiating the price of an item with a vendor. Sometimes you both agree on a price, and other times you don't. When countries trade, it's the same principle, but on a much larger scale. If India and Canada can't agree on terms for certain goods, it can lead to a trade dispute, adding to the tension. Lastly, cultural clashes. Picture this, you're hosting a dinner party and you've invited guests from different backgrounds. There might be a clash if one guest prefers spicy food while another can't handle the heat. Similarly, when countries with diverse cultures like India and Canada interact, there can be disagreements stemming from cultural differences. In sum, the tension between India and Canada is a complex web woven from strands of political disagreements, trade disputes, and cultural clashes. It's important to remember, though, that tension doesn't necessarily mean hostility. Just like the friends who disagree on movie genres or the dinner guests with different food preferences, countries can have tensions and still maintain a functional relationship. Now that we understand the root of the tension, let's examine how this might affect immigration. The tension between countries can often have a significant impact on immigration policies and procedures. Now let's dive into the potential implications of the India-Canada tension on immigration. When international relations become strained, it's not uncommon for immigration policies to tighten up as a sort of protective measure. In the case of India and Canada, this could mean stricter visa requirements for immigrants. For instance, applicants might need to provide more documentation or meet higher financial or educational thresholds to qualify. Another potential impact could be longer processing times for applications. When a country is in a tense relationship with another, the scrutiny level often goes up, slowing down the entire immigration process. For those awaiting decisions on their applications, this could mean a longer wait. Then there's the possibility of a decrease in the number of visas issued. In times of diplomatic tension, countries might reduce the number of immigrants they accept from the other nation as a form of diplomatic response. This could potentially mean fewer opportunities for people looking to immigrate from India to Canada and vice versa. But here's an interesting twist to consider. Sometimes diplomatic tensions can also lead to an increase in certain types of visas, like asylum or refugee visas. If conditions in one country are perceived as unstable or unsafe, due to these tensions, the other country might open its doors wider for those seeking refuge. Now, these are all potential impacts, and it's crucial to underline the word potential. Each of these outcomes depends on a multitude of factors, including the duration and severity of the tension, the specific areas of contention, and the overall political climate in each country. While these potential impacts may seem daunting, it's important to remember that immigration policies are complex and often subject to change. So don't lose heart. Instead, stay informed, stay prepared, and remember, every cloud has a silver lining. Despite the challenges, there are steps you can take to navigate the immigration process successfully. Firstly, consider seeking legal advice. Immigration laws can be complex and ever-changing, especially in times of political tension. A legal expert can help you understand your options and rights. Next, stay informed. Keep abreast of policy changes and updates from both the Indian and Canadian governments. Reliable sources of information can be government websites or established news outlets. Thirdly, prepare for possible delays. Tensions may cause processing times to extend, so factor this into your timeline. Also, remember to always have a backup plan. If your first choice doesn't work out, there may be other routes to immigration that are available to you. Lastly, do not lose hope. It's normal to feel overwhelmed during this process, but remember, thousands of people have successfully navigated this journey before you. Remember, the journey may be tough, but with the right preparation and mindset, you can overcome these hurdles. So, will the India-Canada tension impact your immigration process? This is the question we've been grappling with throughout this discussion, and as we've seen, it's a complex one. We've understood the roots of the tension and how it could potentially influence immigration processes. But it's important to remember that this isn't a definitive outcome. Every situation is unique and the effects can vary. International relations are dynamic and changes can occur rapidly. However, it's equally crucial to be prepared. Awareness of the current climate, understanding the possible challenges, and being ready to navigate them could make all the difference. There are resources available to help you understand and manage the potential impacts of these tensions on your immigration journey. And remember, despite the current situation, both India and Canada continue to value their strong and vibrant immigrant communities. We hope this video has helped clarify the issue. Remember, stay informed, stay prepared, and stay hopeful.